Hey, this is Swaggers, and we are in the final mission of Dishonored. I am happy to say that I've obviously finished the level now, and we get all the achievements. Right away here, there's an achievement in Kingsparrow Island here to disable 5 devices. And again, because we're doing mostly flesh and steel, we cannot upgrade to Blink 2, which makes this very easy. So I'm warping ahead here, and what you need to do is you need to wait for that small platform, jump, blink, pull yourself up. Might take you a couple times. It can be frustrating. You're going to want to make a save there, but this makes this achievement a lot easier if you can get that one out of the way right away. Now we're going to go on to the beach here and take out a guy. And this is actually a fairly quick mission. We're going to finish this whole thing in 15. I think there's a few extra steps if you are in high chaos, but in low chaos as we are, getting all our achievements, and then pick this guy up, drop him back here, because there's going to be a couple of officers wandering around. But now what we're going to do is we're going to get into that sewage drain you see there, because there's going to be 2 devices right there. You gotta blink across the river. This can be frustrating. Make sure, again, I'm gonna jump blink just to make sure I get up on top. I love jump blinking. And climb up, climb up. Come on, dude. Yeah, just blink up. Blinky. And a blinky. And there's one guy in here. One guy, 2 devices. That'll put us at 3. And just crouch. And a quiet time for you. Nappy nap. Yank it. And don't rewire. Rewire makes it aggressive. You know, it'll kill people. In fact, I rewired one and just to see if that was number 5 and moved on, and so, you know, my final is I got to kill. So I had to redo it. So this is a walkthrough that's clean, but I am going to cut that in at the end just because it popped a couple of the achievements. Be careful here. There's a guy who is just leaning up against the wall, and he could be right here looking at us like he is. He may or may not be at that point, of course, depending on where you are and the randomness of the starting patterns. It seems to just kind of like every time you load a save, it just pops them into somewhere in there. Hello. Don't try to grab him when he's leaning. We gotta let him walk away. And then there's a guy right on the other side of that pillar over there. So you have to be careful about where you go. So again, I'm just gonna put him down and leave him there for a second and yank the security. So the pylon, that's already number 4. And then we're gonna come get this guy, and he's almost always looking that way. So. And we're gonna take him and pick him up. We're gonna get these 2 guys in here. In the dark. Sleepy, sleepy. And now we're waiting for 2 more guys to come down on the path, so I'm going to cut forward just a little bit. It was less than a minute, but you don't need me to watch me stare at a rock formation. And they'll just kind of pause here and then go about their separate ways. Boom. And we'll leave him for now while we go get the other guy, because he's kind of walking over to our sleeping guys. And then those are the only 2 guys come down, so we don't need to worry about them. We're going to go hard right here. And make sure you grab this guy right away, because he's on the edge, and obviously if he falls off into the water, he will die. And then I always pause. The guy's on stairs, sometimes it just glitches and you just do that little block move. And you're like, that is not what I wanted to do. Okay, it's a good idea to save right here because we got to go outside just to be 100% sure. And no one's there. That guy is looking. Okay, we're going to go right into this next room. The guy passed this whole distance, so you got to be really careful coming in here. And he may or may not be on the stairs. Now, this guy on my run glitched. He's stuck on the stairs. But he does mostly stand up there looking away, so it's an easy takedown. But like I said, he does walk the full length, so you do have to be careful. Okay, so then just drop down. Going through, and we are in the next area. There's a guy right here on the right, so you can kind of let him get moving. Give yourself a couple extra seconds. And a good night to you. A lot of these guys we're going to grab mostly out of protecting ourselves from them falling off ledges to their death, because there's a lot of open areas here. I suggest not going up the chain because there's guys around the area and you make a lot of noise, so just do the stairs. Like, oh, hello. And a night to you. And then we got 2 more guys. Let's grab the key. Got a guy here reading a very important book. And then we got a guy right here. And again, make sure you grab him so that he doesn't fall off by accident. Don't want to make any accidents. Okay, so I'm going to make a save here because what I'm going to do to get the security is I'm going to rewire that box underneath the bridge, and that quite possibly will kill someone. So then we can reload back in just to be 100% safe. Boom. And that's number 5, so there is our lights out achievement. And then we're just going to reload. And this time just walk past. So same path, we're just not going to rewire. And again, these guys are fairly blind because we're pretty much going to blink out very close in front of them. One guy up here. Technically, we could just go in, but again, just to be safe for alerts, get him, and then drop into the elevator, which is surprisingly hard to drop into. Activate the switch, and we'll be going to the final area. And while this is loading up the next area, I'm going to tell you, once the game ends, I'll leave you guys and you can watch the ending, which is the good ending. You're going to pop everything on the final stat screen except for what chaos level you got. If you get one of those, if you're not mid, that pops at the end of the last cutscene. And this run got us every single achievement except for 6 kill achievements. Well, 5 kill achievements and really a kill achievement, which is high chaos. The 5 kill achievements I will do separately. I'm going to try to do them all in Overseer here, still today yet, and then obviously your high chaos would be another complete run through. just murdering everyone. And this roof is actually fairly hard to get up to for no apparent reason, because it actually says pull up. There's 2 levels of pull up, and I really don't care about my mana anymore. Coming up here, and we literally have 1, maybe 2 guys left to take out.
Should we gather for whiskey and cigars tonight? Chances are very good.
And so I'm gonna let that guy go, and then there's 1 guy here, and I save here because you're kind of going into this final guy blind. He could, when you drop down there, he could be right there looking at you. So we're kind of we're going to use the steel healer here to hide ourselves. Take him out, bring him inside, and for a low chaos run, we pretty much just won the game. So we're going to go up top here, and we're going to hear Havelock talk, and you can go choke him out if you want. There's the key to Emily is on the table. I'm going to grab the key and just go let her out, and the game's going to end. He's just going to be like, what just happened? And this is it, so enjoy. And as I said, I did 1 walkthrough in this where I shocked a guy, didn't know I did that, so I got a kill. So I got just to finish the game achievements. And then in this walkthrough, the one you're actually seeing, I finished everything perfectly. So that's the actual final scene you'll see. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll have more videos for more games very soon.
So ends the interregnum, and now Emily Caldwin I will take her mother's throne after a season of turmoil. You will stand at her side, Corvo, guiding her young mind and protecting her from those who seek to exploit her or cause her harm. You watched and listened when other men would have shouted in rage. You held back instead of striking. So it is, with the passing of the plague and Emily's ascension, comes a golden age, brought about by your hand. And decades hence, when your hair turns white and you pass from this world, Empress Emily, Emily the Wise, at the height of her power, will lay your body down within her mother's great tomb, because you are more to her than royal protector. Farewell, Corvo.